So we were thrilled to find out that not only are we seeing the early stages of what could become a more meaningful lithium story, but right off the bat, we've come out with some really intriguing stream sediment samples as far as rare earths, but also rock chip samples as well. So we're definitely looking at a multiple discovery package potentially here.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Bon Smith, the CEO of Atlantico Energy Metals. Bon, very good to meet you. For investors who are new to Atlantico, what attracted you to Novo Cruzeiro and why is Brazil's Lithium Valley such an exciting place to be exploring for critical minerals?
Hello there, Stephen. It's great to be here with you. Thanks for having me. Yeah, our flagship property known as Novo Cruzeiro is really an exciting asset. As you mentioned, it's down in Brazil's Lithium Valley, which has recently become a real hotspot in Brazil for lithium discoveries and increasingly more critical minerals discoveries. And what attracted me to this asset was, for one, it's very large. We have over 24,000 hectares of contiguous land claims, which is one of the larger contiguous claims in the entire region. That's over 240 square kilometers to kind of put that into perspective. So it's a huge property. We've done an entire first pass geological sampling and exploration fieldwork program. And basically everything that's come back to us since we started exploring, because this was a greenfield asset, it had never been explored before. It's really just gotten us more and more optimistic about the prospects of finding something here that could potentially rival one of the bigger players in the region.
Bon, that first pass exploration has identified both rare earth enrichment and lithium pathfinder indicators. Does that suggest to you that Novo Cruzeiro could be more than just a lithium story?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Stephen. We did have some early signs of the sort of lithium pathfinder and the sort of the hints that lithium might be under our feet. Of course, you never find high grade lithium at surface because it's all weathered, but what you can see is these pathfinders and these sort of these hints of lithium. So we're starting to see that in the early stage. But what we were thrilled was that we did come back with some very meaningful at surface total rare earth oxides, which included a fairly significant percentage of magnetic rare earth oxides, which are really the most valuable rare earths that can be discovered at this stage. So we were thrilled to find out that not only are we seeing the early stages of what could become a more meaningful lithium story, but right off the bat, we've come out with some really intriguing stream sediment samples as far as the rare earths, but also rock chip samples as well. So we're definitely looking at a multiple discovery package potentially here across the critical minerals spectrum. So we're going to push forward with those two, early stage indicators in mind and see what else we can find.
So how do these initial field observations help your team turn encouraging geochemical results into real exploration targets, Bon?
We've narrowed down the property into some very, very interesting hotspots that are validated not just by sort of the early stage lithium indicators, but also some really interesting rare earth results. So our next going forward, we're basically taking our first pass geological program, which we did property wide, and we're going to hone that into the areas that have shown the most promise at this point. And so the geologists, they're quite excited. We were optimistic at the outset, considering the neighborhood and our neighbors, and given our early stage results today, we are more motivated than ever. So we're going to follow the science. We're going to hone in on the hot spots as they are showing right now, and we will be excited to see the results of those.
I mean, you've been careful to say that this is still an early stage exploration project. What are the key milestones that would give you increasing confidence that you're onto something significant?
There's a lot to be excited about. This was a Greenfields project. We were lucky enough to grab this large contiguous block, again, over 240 square kilometers, which rivals most companies in the region. And some of the more interesting aspects of the early stage exploration was that we've come across and discovered multiple artisanal mines. These are tunnels that go into the rock, into the mountainside, so to speak. And because of that, we are able to walk into these tunnels, sample the pegmatite, and really get a keen understanding of what the rock looks like from the inside out, so to speak, right? As opposed to just sampling surface without sort of this internal spine going through the rock. So we found many of these artisanal mines. This does tell us that there's obviously mineralization in the rock. So yeah, we are early stage. It was greenfields. We're exploring it with vigor, and we're really excited to see how we stack up against our neighbors in arguably one of the world's most exciting regions to be exploring.
So looking ahead, Bon, over the next 12 months, what should investors expect to see as Atlantico advances Novo Cruzeiro?
The next few months are going to be all about the continuation of our field work, of our sampling work, to gain the best understanding that we can over the asset. And of course, the goal is to move into a maiden drill program once we can determine that our confidence is high enough in any of these certain areas of our property, that we're confident that drilling is then a good idea. So a maiden drill program is going to be very exciting for us. This is an untapped resource in a very exciting region, and we're going to make sure that we do all the pre-drill work that is necessary to increase the confidence as much as possible. Of course, we have such a large property that we could potentially have multiple assets in multiple different corners of our asset. So this is quickly turning into a multi-asset story across the critical minerals spectrum, which is very timely given the market, given the geopolitical scene across the globe. We're in a very exciting country to be exploring. And of course, being supported by our investor base is very important. So let's keep the positivity going. I've got a call with our VP Exploration down in Brazil later today with more updates to come. So yeah, hopefully we can come back on here and update your audience soon with all the good news that I'm looking forward to sharing with everyone as we progress.
Well, you'll be looking forward to hearing more about the story, Bon. Thank you so much for the introduction today.
Fantastic, Stephen. Thank you so much.